Hey everyone, Dr. Adam Palumbo here. So, sitting is the enemy, movement is your friend. And we all got stiff hips from sitting all the time. Hips are sore, back's kind of achy because we're sitting way too much. And it's just not right for our bodies. But oh well, that's what you got to do. So, the fix for that's going to be a couple different exercises. But first, I'm going to give you a little background so you understand exactly what we're talking about here. So, bear with me while I pull up the screen that I want. Beautiful. So here we go. This is the big glute max muscle. This is the one we all know. Beneath it is the glute medius muscle. We don't know this one as well, but when it's a problem, it generates tightness, stiffness in the hips. Here and here is where you feel your discomfort. Probably seems pretty familiar if you're watching this. Glute medius muscle has this fan-like shape to it. So it pretty much does a lot for the hip, contributes to almost every motion that the hip does. Um, you can see here that it's below the glute max, and then beneath it you have this glute minimus that has a pretty similar function. It's pretty important too. One of its main functions is to keep this ankle, knee, and hip in alignment whenever you're walking, running, stair climbing. Um, the shape of the bones here makes it so that you want the knee to dive in, and that's not good. It's the job of the glute medius muscle, one of the jobs, to keep everything in good alignment when you're in a single leg standing position, because this creates lots of problems at the hip and at the knee. Secondly, what it does is it keeps your pelvis level when you're walking, so we all don't walk kind of swaying back and forth. This is a more important thing that gets more complicated from a clinical standpoint, but super important. There's a real nice body of research done on how you get this muscle to contract, to activate, because standard therapy for this is just to go on your side and do clam exercises. And these are just kind of okay, it shows. This research is pretty fun. They put electrodes on the muscle, insert into the muscle, and they test its activity during various movements. And so when sitting, for a long period of time, like I said, the muscle can become weak and your hips feel tight. But from a standpoint of your nerves talking to the muscle, there's some inhibition there. So what I like to have people do is to start at these moderate level activation exercises. Oops, sorry, you went too fast. And then work to these more higher level activation exercises. So the first one I'm going to walk you through is this what's called prone hip extension. And this is super easy. You're gonna lie flat on the ground, resting your forehead on your hands. And the only thing that I don't like about this picture, this is from one of my PT softwares, but I'll nitpick with it, is that I want your hand to be on your glutes. Um, so when you're on the ground, I want you with your hand on the gluteals to feel the muscle contract as you move your leg. Because what you're going to do is you're going to go through 10 repetitions, pausing for 3 seconds at the top of the hip movement, as you can see here, with your hand on your glutes, feeling for these muscles on the side to kind of swell underneath your fingertips. If you feel that, then you're doing it correctly. The idea of this is just to kind of like, come on, wake up, turn the muscles on. It's very effective at doing that. And so that's why you can do this daily, because it's not building strength, it's just communicating more with the muscles. When it comes to building strength and stabilization, I'm a real huge fan of this single leg bridge exercise. And so bridge is a wonderful exercise. It's good for strength and stabilization of the hips. And so you'll go up into the bridge position, make sure that your knee, hip, and breastbone are in a relatively straight line here. You don't want the butt to be sagging at all. And from that position, you're going to straighten one knee, straighten the leg at the knee rather, and you'll hold that for about a 2-1,000 count, making sure that the leg that's on contact with the floor stays in good alignment between the knee, hip, and ankle the entire time. It doesn't dive inward like I showed you in that picture before. And with this, you alternate sides. You perform the right, 1,000, 2, 1,000, put the right side down, to put the left side up, 1,000, 2, 1,000, and then repeat. This is an every other day exercise because you will get a little bit of breakage of muscle fibers, and that breakage necessitates rest so that they can repair and the tissue can remodel appropriately. If that's pretty easy for you and you're pretty advanced, you can try the exercise using a band just above the knees. I recommend a pretty moderate or light resistance band with this exercise, and this band is going to make it more difficult for you to keep your knees together. So you're going to be pushing out against it the entire time with the band pulling you in. Great exercise, but you have to be a little more advanced to do it. A band like this is a TheraBand. They call it a band loop. They come with a closed loop. Whoops. And you can get them on Amazon. There's also a real new model I like called a CLX. It's consecutive loops in one big band. So the band's like 6 feet long and there's loops in the band. And it makes it really useful. So you just can do it for a bunch of different things, not just this one exercise here. The next exercise is a side lunge. And you can see the starting position here. You're going to step laterally to the side, get a good firm footing there, and then you can go down into a lunge position. And you see here, this is my PT software. This is, standard of use for a lot of therapists, and she's still even doing it wrong. You see how her butt's sticking out this way, and look at this ankle, knee, and hip. It's creating this kind of poor angulation here. So I'm going to show you what I want this to look like. I don't want this end position to look like this. I want it to look a little bit differently here. So I'm just going to change screens for you. Hopefully you can see me now again. And what I'm going to show you is the proper side lunge position. You'll have that nice, good starting position. Step to the side, take a firm stance, and go into a lunge, keeping the ankle, knee, and hip in alignment, and you over this limb here. I don't want you to deviate out like this or stand into it and stick your butt out. This is not good. This is good. Even the PT software needs some correction, but what are you going to do? So that's all I got for today. Tune in next time. Try and use this to help your hip to be a little more stable and combat the effects of sitting all the time. Have a great evening. Have a great day. I'll talk to you next time.